Hey, I'm Lucy with Rossmönster Vans, and today I want to show you around this Sprinter 170 that we just wrapped up. Some exterior highlights that I'll point out on this rig. We have the Fiamma awning up top. We also have upgraded wheels and tires, so we have a black Rhino wheel with a KO2 tire. We also have an agile rip kit on this vehicle, so it's going to be very rugged and off-road capable. Coming all the way to the front. Up front here, we have an Owl Vans front bumper. We have these Baja Designs LP9 lights, and then we also have a Warn winch. This is also going to be our front port for our onboard air compressor. So great thing to air up and air down depending on the terrain, and also good for toys along the road. Let's check out the back. And then all the way in the rear here, we have an Owl Vans ladder tire carrier. We have our Expedition storage box, and then we also have the one-up bike trays on top and a hitch. So let's check out the inside. All right, welcome inside. So I'm going to take you through a few design highlights and talk about the layout before we go into the specific components of this vehicle. So starting at the bottom, we have a life-proof flooring. It's going to be in the Mojave color of the bamboo option there. Moving our way up a little bit more, we have walnut slab door cabinetry. So this is going to be vertical grain, and then our uppers are all going to be horizontal grain matched. And then all the way at the top, we have a shiplap ceiling that's painted white, so it feels nice and bright in here. Lastly, we have these white Corian countertops, as well as a silver Duramax upholstery on the walls, and then a custom Pendleton upholstered dinette in the rear. When it comes to layout, we have this additional seating area in the front here. This can also turn into a dinette with an additional table. Moving further back, we have our galley area. Then on the driver's side, we'll have our shower and bathroom. And then all the way in the rear, we have our dinette, which converts into one of the beds. And then we also have our secondary bed, which is on this HappiJac bed lift system. So I'm going to start my way in the front and work back. So all the way in the front of the vehicle here, we have this Freedman foldaway bus seat. So when you are ready to use this guy, you just hit that one down, pull this lever to lift up the back, and there you have a nice additional row of seating. This also has a walnut table with a lagoon mount at the base of the front captain's chair, so it can turn into a nice place to hang out. Turn both of those captain's chairs around, and you have a cozy area for four. Another nice thing about these foldaway bus seats is that they have the 3-point retractable seat belts. So this is just a really nice option if you know that you are going to have additional riders while on the road. Above this, we'll have a little bit of storage. So we have our upper cabinets. Both of these are going to be on gas struts for easy opening and closing, and have our V-latches to ensure that everything stays where it should be while you're in transit. Moving a little bit further back and stowed behind this foldaway bench seat, we have a little shoe cubby here. So just a nice option. Keep everything neat and tidy in the van. Moving further back, we have our galley area. So as I mentioned, we have our white Corian countertops. With this, we'll have a flip-up countertop extension for a little bit more real estate here. Moving further back, we have a 20 by 21 Ruvati sink. That's going to have our colander insert as well as a cutting board there. And then we have our true induction single burner cooktop and a subway tile backsplash. So that's going to be really nice to ensure that you don't have staining, easy cleaning. And then above the induction cooktop, we have our microwave. Underneath our sink, we have a bifold door so that you can open that and still have room to maneuver in this hallway. And you'll have your 7-gallon removable gray water tank there. And then underneath the induction cooktop, we have just some really nice kitchen storage on drawers, and then a nice shelving unit beyond that. Finishing up our galley, we have an additional work area on the driver's side, as well as a 4.6 cubic foot isotherm door style fridge with the freezer up in the left-hand corner. Moving further back on the driver's side, we have our shower and bathroom. So this is going to have a Nautilus retractable door. Nice thing about these is that the door is self-cleaning as it scrolls back on itself. Here we have a 24 by 30 indoor shower. This is going to have brushed aluminum walls as well as a teak insert, so you don't slip on the floor of the shower. And then we also have a Nature's Head composting toilet in this area. You have a nice private space to do your business. And then moving all the way into the rear of the van, we have a roomy dinette, so enough room to sit at least 6 here. We have a walnut table on another lagoon mount here. You'll also notice that our floor is raised, and that allows us to have a gear slide here that I'll show you from the rear of the van. This area is going to house our power systems on the passenger side, as well as our water systems on the driver's side, and it also converts into our lower bed. So all of these cushions are going to come down. I'll show you in a second. And then we also have our secondary bed on a HappiJac bed lift system here. Both beds have their own lighting, so you'll see that we have these dimmable LED overhead domes for this dinette area, as well as some above the bed. So here you have what it's going to look like in full bed mode now that we've flipped that panel over and laid down our cushions. When you have it in this mode, it's really great for sleeping 4 people. We have our custom touched mattress on top, and then just our custom Rossmönster upholstered mattress on bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and lift this up so you can see the HappiJac bed lift system in action there. Now that we have that all the way up, I'll go ahead and throw it back into dinette mode and show you the power cabinets and water cabinets along the way. So as we put this dinette area back together, you'll see that on the driver's side, we have our water cabinet. So in here you can find our 40-gallon freshwater tank. We have a 2-stage water filtration system there. And then we also have our Rixen hydronic heat and hot water system, which is going to pull hot water to our indoor shower, as well as our faucet up front. So I'll close this down and show you the power cabinet on the other side. And then on the passenger side, we have our power cabinet. So in here, you'll find 800 amp hours of lithium battery bank. We have a 3,000 watt inverter, and we also have 500 watts of solar coming in through this power cabinet area. This is also where we're going to house our onboard air compressor that I told you about on the exterior. So we have ports in the front and the rear on the exterior of the van, but this is where the actual compressor is housed. Next, I'll talk about some ventilation in this van. So all the way in the rear, you'll notice that we have our C.R. Lawrence T-vent windows. That'll allow for a nice cross breeze in the dinette and sleeping area. All the way in the front, we have 2 additional T-vent windows, so nice for passengers to see out of, as well as looking out of while you're prepping meals. Above the galley, we have a max air fan, so those are great because they can pull air out of the van as well as sucking it in. And then above my head here, we have a Nomatic 12-volt AC unit. So that's going to keep the van nice and cool in the summer. And then we also are going to have a Rixen hydronic heat and hot water system, which is going to heat the van, allow it to be 4-season capable, and it's also going to bring hot water to our sink as well as our indoor shower. So let's check out the rear. Now that we're in the rear of the van, you can check out the dinette from this angle. We also have that bed up top. You'll notice that all of the cables for that are upholstered, so it kind of seamlessly fits in with the rest of the vehicle. Back here, we also have a gear tray that's going to be on 500-pound locking slides. So great place to eat outside, but we also have our Rocky Mounts through shaft bike mounts here. So it can be another storage option for bikes. I'll throw that back in. Lastly, back here, you'll notice that we have the RB Components bug screens. We have these at the rear and at the sliding door. So that's a nice option to kind of have the indoor-outdoor feel without the bugs. That wraps up this van tour. I'm Lucy with Rossmönster Vans. Thanks so much for tuning in. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss a van tour. And I hope you have a great rest of your day.